Welcome back, Pokemon fans. Angel of the Night here. We are back again with another viewer battle, and today's battle is up against MmCookieGamer. We're doing a Regulation G battle there today, and of course, as you guys can see, our opponent has brought in Shadow Rider Calyrex and a Tornadus, and of course, I've brought in Krookodile and Zapdos. Now this team I actually used for the NK games, and I actually ended up building this one with Nico Gaming. So shoutouts to Nico for the assistance on this team way back when. We're going to go in, I was kind of debating on going for the knockoff here onto the Calyrex, and then of course with the Zapdos I was thinking, well, you know what happens if I maybe go for the Discharge here? So Calyrex is actually going to go for the Protect, protecting itself for any kind of moves that may be coming in. The Tornadus, of course, is also going to set up the Tailwind. Now, of course, we do not manage to get the knockoff here, but we are going to manage to get the Discharge, which hopefully will be able to do some damage off onto this Tornadus. Now, of course, Calyrex is protecting itself, so it doesn't get any kind of damage whatsoever, and it doesn't affect the Krookodile. Now, Tornadus does manage to live with a sliver of health here, right down into the red zone. And of course, we are going to go in and try to set up the Tailwind this turn. Now, in comes the Rain Dance, which actually I'm a little bit surprised on, considering I have a Zapdos out here onto the field. But there is the Astral Barrage coming in from the Shadow Rider into my two Pokemon. Now, Zapdos actually manages to survive, which is great, as well as the Krookodile. Not really a surprise, but we do manage to get the knockoff here, and we do pick up the KO onto the Shadow Rider Calyrex. Now, of course, Krookodile does have a Life Orb, so we are going to lose a little bit of health here. And we also managed to go in for the Tailwind and getting the speed set up on my team. Next Pokemon coming in is going to be Urshifu. Now, you guys know Urshifu kind of runs rampant in anything that is Regulation G, and, you know, some of the other ones as well, and it's a very common Pokemon in VGC. So I'm thinking to myself at this time, well, do I go for a Terrestrialization here, be able to survive some hits, or do I just go in for the attack here? Now, realistically, I could have probably swapped out to another Pokemon here, you guys will see a little bit later, but we do manage to go in for the Terrestrialization. And I was kind of hoping that I might be able to survive some hits from the opposing side, but, you know, that Urshifu is actually going to go in for the Surging Strikes, and as you guys know, it does hit 3 times, so there's really no chance for Krookodile here. I actually would have been safer swapping into maybe a Lapras at this point. But Krookodile actually goes down, and we still have our Zapdos out here onto the field. And we're going to go for the Hurricane. We wanted to get a Hurricane off onto the Tornadus. I didn't really think that I would need to have to go for the Discharge here, but it would have been great to do considering they had Urshifu onto the field. Now, the next Pokemon coming in here is going to be Lapras. Now, Lapras, of course, I have this one here set up with Water Absorb, so that way if it gets hit by any kind of water-based move, it's going to basically heal itself up. Incineroar comes in on the opposing side, the big bad kitty cat, as you guys know. It kind of runs wild in all formats, and, you know, gets the Intimidate off. Not really going to do anything to my Pokemon, of course. None of my Pokemon are physical attackers. Pretty much at this point, I have to decide if I'm going to go for the Freeze Dry. And then, of course, we kind of need to go for the Hurricane here because we can't really afford to go for the Discharge. I absolutely need Lapras to be able to set up a Dragon Cheer for my Regulation G special Pokemon that's going to come in. Now, of course, we do have a Key Berry, so that's going to boost up some defenses onto the Zapdos, but unfortunately for us, it doesn't really help us out in this situation. But we do have Static with Zapdos, so that's actually going to paralyze the Urshifu on the opposing side. And this is where we actually get to choose our Pokemon that comes in next. We are going to get the Freeze Dry off, of course, onto the Urshifu. We do some massive damage, and the Tailwind has petered out on the opposing side. We do have the Palkia here. This is actually, I believe, the origin form of Palkia from Legends Arceus. I believe on Nico's side, he has a few Pokemon that are a little bit different than mine, but the big difference between our Palkia and his Palkia is that he's using the regular form of Palkia while we're using the origin. That's really the only big difference. And there's only a little bit of a difference based in, I think, the special attacking aspect. But we're going to go for the Surf here because that's going to be able to heal up the Lapras at the same time. And it looks like we're actually going to be able to pick up the KO onto the Urshifu and the Incineroar. So, good game, MmCookieGamer. Thank you very much for the battle. And if anybody wishes to have a viewer battle being posted onto the channel, come on out to a stream, request a match, and we'll get you up there and advertise your channel. Take care, have a good one, and peace out.